This is a fairly long story about my craziest day while backpacking with my sister through Syria. We had met up with 2 other Canadians in a town where we saw no other tourists and were spending the day with them and a Syrian guy they had met. Our day started out at an amazing water park which was so much better than any water park I have been to, and cost about $7. We spent the day getting sunburned and not having to follow any rules, because they didn't really have any. After the water park, the group of us head to a rooftop restaurant for dinner where we of course start drinking gin and tonics and beer. After dinner and drinks, our Syrian friend takes us on a tour of the tunnels that run under the city. After exploring, we head to a bar for more gin and tonics and to smoke shisha/hookah. We leave the bar around 3 a.m. and decide to head back to our Canadian friend's hotel because they have more beer and a stunning hotel room. After a drink at their hotel room, they decide to walk us back to our room. We are skipping along when we come across a pita factory that has started making delicious pitas. Syrians are very friendly, so they invite us to take a tour of the factory and to help ourselves to pitas. We bring our cans of Heineken on the tour and drunkenly gobble up pitas. Because it is now 5 a.m., and we have run out of beer, our Syrian friend disappears for about 10 minutes and comes back with a giant bottle of whiskey, which cost him about $5 Canadian, which is hard to do as most Syrians don't drink. We sit outside the pita factory taking shots from the whiskey and wearing pita hats. Now, as it is almost dawn, our Syrian friend decides he wants to take us to a lookout above the city to watch the sunrise. We squeeze 4 people into a cab which takes us to the bottom of a steep hill. We march up this garbage-covered hill to the top where we have to clamber over a large wall that has a larger drop on the other side. This takes us to the lookout. What started off as a promising sunrise quickly turned into a storm with lightning and high winds, always a great combo when you are totally exposed on the top of a hill with tons of garbage flying around. However, the sunrise and view of the city was quite nice, so we decided it's time to head home. We befriend 3 men in a little truck that sits 3 people but has a box. They offer us a ride, so we jump in the back and stand while holding on to the one rail that encompasses the box. As we jump in, our Canadian friend is saying this is not good, this is how we are going to die. The rest of us thought this was hilarious. However, we are on a bit of a hill and the truck needs to roll backwards before driver can put it into gear, so we fly backwards down this hill before they get it into gear and head back up the hill. We are half terrified, half excited to be flying around the city holding on for our lives when the truck does happen to skid into a concrete barrier on the side of the road. At this point we realize that our families would not be impressed if we died in a Syrian mini truck crash and decide to hop out, and our new Syrian friends push the truck away. We hop into a small cab, and I have to sit on my sister's lap to fit, but of course, the taxi driver does not care. The taxi driver has his driver's license on the dashboard and it has a picture of a man who looks to be 20 or 30 while our driver is closer to 70. But, he is lovely and friendly like all Syrians and does the job of getting us safely to our hotel for about 7:30. We head to bed for about 3 hours and wake up at 10:30, very hungover, to meet up with our Canadian and Syrian friends and wander through the amazing markets.